Hey y'all, it's your girl Suzette with Crafting with Susie, coming to you today with What to Watch Wednesday. I did the first one last week, which was Demi Lovato's Dancing with the Devil. This week is going to be I Care a Lot on Netflix. It's been on there for a little while, so some of you have already probably watched it. I'm just gonna try to figure out how I want to do this. Do I just want to give you kind of like a little bit, because I feel a certain kind of way saying everything and then you haven't watched it. So I think what I'm going to do is not tell the ending on whatever I watch, because this one has a surprise ending. It does. But first things first, real quick, I did get my Mary's Diamonds paintings in the mail yesterday. Whoop, whoop. 2 months. 2 months. But I got them, and that is what is important. My real issue was the communication. I didn't understand what was going on. I did reach out to them. They did send me an email with a tracking number that did not work. I waited, contacted them again, maybe 4 days or so after I contacted them. I checked my email again, and it was an apology, basically saying that it was shipped. They had a new tracking number for me, and that it was in the United States. Well, once they said it was in the United States, I was like, okay. A few days after that, I checked the tracking again. It was in my state. So once I realized it was in my state, I was like, okay, I should be getting it soon. And I did. I probably got it about 3 days or so after that. 4 at the very, very most. But it is here. I didn't really examine the package. Anyway, I didn't really examine it. But what I did do was I just took it, put it in my room, and I said I'll clean it up and I'll do an unboxing later. I did not notice that it was as beat up as I've seen some. But even when those boxes are beat up, most of them that I see, the paintings are still in good condition. I just want to make sure that the legend and the DMC codes and the drills and everything match. That's my biggest thing. I just want to make sure that everything is correct. So for those paintings, I will check and double check just to make sure everything's okay. Otherwise, I am just waiting for DIY Moon Shop, which is perfectly fine, because I know with them, when you order, if they don't already have it printed, they have to do the printing and then all of the extra to get it to you. So that's fine. So to this movie, I Care a Lot. I think I'm just going to give kind of the gist so you can watch it. And then for the people who have watched it, just leave your opinions or your comments or anything like that in the comment section. It is a very good movie. Rosamund Pike is an amazing actress. She gives me psycho vibes every time I see her. Let me not hang on to her bootstraps that tight, because I have seen her in this, and then I watched Gone Girl just yesterday, and honey, she was crazy in that too, like real crazy. The thing with this one is it's basically elder abuse. It is where I'm gonna try to do this talking and diamond painting at the same time, but it basically is her placing herself as guardian through the court system over these elderly people. Some of them have family. She seeks out those that don't, but some of them end up having family. She basically has other people underneath her wing. Her partner, which is her girlfriend, soon to be fiance, she works with her. She's more of the muscle. Like, she kind of does the dirty work, the hands, getting your hands dirty work. And then there's a doctor, and there is the nursing home director. For me, I felt the judge was just being naive and not doing his due diligence. But what it comes down to is she picked the wrong family to mess with, is what it comes down to. And she ends up getting a new, what I define as victim, Jennifer Peterson, where she approaches her because her doctor falsified information on her medical records, where they were able to take it to court to basically say she can't live on her own. She was not capable of living on her own. She wasn't mentally stable enough to live on her own, and had the police waiting outside to escort her to the nursing home if she didn't come willingly. Well, of course, with all the confusion and her not understanding what was going on and her being scared, she goes. But when she goes, the whole process starts with the nursing home and how they're to take care of her and how they are to either give her so much or so little. It was depending on basically her behavior. And if Marla, which is Rosamund Pike, if she felt like she deserved to have more. Well, Marla felt like she deserved the bare minimum to even stay alive because she kept giving her a hard time. The hard time came in when her driver came to pick her up from home, as he did once a month, each month, to go and pay a visit to who we find out is her son. And when her son finds out she wasn't there, the driver says, yes, she's not there. We don't know where she is, but the house is up for sale. Everyone's confused and not understanding what's going on. And basically, once the son does his investigation, he finds out she's in a nursing home. They try to bust her out the nursing home. And that's when Marla gives the nursing home director instructions. She's to be outside 1 hour out of the day. She's to be kept in her room so many hours of the day. She is to get fed the bare minimum just to keep her alive. They basically kept her heavily medicated. They treated her like garbage. And all she wanted to do was go home. All she wanted to do was go home. They took her cell phone. They refused to let her make any phone calls. She couldn't call anybody unless she was calling her guardian. And making a very long story a little bit shorter, come to find out that Jennifer and her son Roman were a part of, and y'all correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a minute since I've watched it. They were a part of the Russian mafia, if I'm not mistaken. So Jennifer Peterson and her son Roman basically didn't even exist. The names were fake. Everything was fake. Because Jennifer wasn't supposed to have a husband, a child, no family, no nothing. But of course, she did. And they were worth a lot of money. There was a safe deposit box. Inside of the safe deposit box were diamonds. And Marla, being greedy and wanting more than her fair share, decided to steal the diamonds. Well, of course, that's what turned everything into a bigger mess because, of course, with her having guardianship, she had access to all the finances. Oh my gosh. And sold the woman's house, all her belongings. It just was a mess. And she had done this to so many people and had made a career out of it that it basically had, to me, spiraled out of control. Where her son had her kidnapped because he knew she had the diamonds. He knew they were worth a lot of money. And he wanted her back, and he wanted his mother back. They tried to kill her, but of course, she did not die. And she was seeking out revenge. And her revenge was basically, I'll give you your mother back, but you're going to have to give me what I want, which is the money. She created this full business for taking advantage of the elderly by becoming guardians, having her whole company become guardians for all these tens of thousands of people. She was worth millions and millions of dollars at this point. And at the end, you can only hope that when they decide to drive off into the sunset with her and her fiance, that justice is served. She basically was just manipulating the entire system, having doctors falsify medical records, having the nursing home directors do whatever she told them to do, and they were getting paid underneath the table. The son did put things in place to try to find out who knew what to get his mother back. But it was basically unsuccessful until she just said to him, it was a bribe. You give me so many diamonds and I'll give you your mother back. And that's what he did. This got really to me because in banking, you deal with what is called senior abuse all the time. Now, regardless if it's someone who is mentally disabled or who is elderly, it's a way of manipulating and abusing someone financially where you take advantage of them and them unknowingly giving you money that you honestly are not supposed to have. It happens every day. I called my daughter who works in the healthcare field and I asked her, like, does this really happen? And she's like, every day. She's like, Mom, you have to realize if you live in Florida and then I live in Colorado, they'll say, okay, well, this person isn't able to take care of herself without her daughter. She's not paying her bills. Her lights are getting turned off. She's malnutrition. We need someone else to step in and assist. Well, she's like, if I'm all the way in Colorado, who's going to step in and assist? And she said, they'll place a guardian in my place. And she said, yeah, that guardian has say over your money and over your medical. And I'm like, that's crazy. Now, I know everybody is not like Marla in this movie, but it's scary to think that there are people out there that are like that, just savagely taking advantage of old folks and don't even care. Like, she was basically setting that woman up to look crazy, to look insane. And she didn't want to stop because I think two reasons. She didn't want her pride. Her pride would not let her stop. She did not want to be classified as a loser, that she lost, a weak woman. You know how men do. Sorry for the guys out there, but it's true. She didn't want to be looked at like a weak woman, but that she could handle her own stuff and that she wasn't scared. Because I'm telling you, when they kidnapped her, she was not scared. She was looking at them people like, when I get up out this chair, everybody gonna be dead. But you guys have to watch it. Tell me what you think and give me your constructive criticism on how you think I should do my What to Watch Wednesday. Should I limit my information? Should I just tell it? Just be like, this is what happened. If you watch it, you watch it. If you don't, you don't. Let me know what you think. Because I kind of was going back and forth. Like, should I say what happens in each part of the movie, including the end? Or should I just kind of give an overview of what it is? So you guys kind of let me know. But that's all I have for you today. If you're an OG, thanks for your support and stopping by my channel. If you're a newbie, thanks for taking a moment to watch today. Always remember to like what you see, leave a word of encouragement, and don't forget to subscribe. Remember to stay beautiful and blessed. Bye.